coverage for spouse or partner or children, right? If they're under 26 years of age or
family members, sometimes siblings. What does a good family conversation sound like around caregiving?
Yeah, we did hear that a lot in our research, that just figuring out what are the actual words to say, because it can be really easy to fall into sometimes unhealthy family dynamics where old resentments can crop up. We did put together some support. There's a whole section on constructive conversations that many people have told us they feel really helpful with specific language. The other thing I'll reference is Fidelity has a Center for Family Engagement, and they've put out some really great content around framing needs around a wish or a fear. It helps to keep defenses down and enables people to share their perspective in a constructive way. For example, it can be really easy to say, well, you never help me, or you don't understand, or, pointing the finger at somebody else and generalizing with nevers and always. It can be really hard to, in the heat of the moment, to take a step back and use some skills of dialogue, like monitoring your tone, even if you're confident that they're doing this to be mean, or just, it's inflaming some past things. Just taking a deep breath, monitoring that tone of voice, making a conscious choice to not personalize it, and then create space for doubt and the benefit of the doubt. Keep in mind that it can really take many takes to get through everything you need to cover and get it right. And it is likely that many topics will be easier than others. So you may have to try not only different approaches to make the headway you need, but you may have to come at it again and again. I do this for a living. And when my father got diagnosed with Alzheimer's over a decade ago, I tried to have a few conversations, and I remember he tried to dismiss me and say, well, it won't matter. I won't know what's going on anyway. But the reality is it was really important to me that as we make decisions about his care, that we understand his wishes and what he would have wanted. And so we did have to go back at it a few times. And it turned out there were a few things that we feared that ended up being non-issues because we had that conversation up front. And so for us and many others, it is really time well spent to find a way to navigate those waters.
Yeah, and you don't have to tackle it all at once. The important thing is really just to get started and start small. Now, not everyone has a partner or a sibling or a close relative that can help out. So, Chris, what suggestions do you have for those who someday might be facing a caregiving challenge on their own?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'm starting to run more and more into this as parents age and sometimes are outliving their children, or there's a divorce or a widow, situation out there, and there are no children or siblings there to help out. So extended family, nieces, nephews, grandkids, even cousins, are starting to play a bigger role than they have in the past. And if those aren't available, sometimes it's a trusted network of friends or organizations out there to assist.
Today is Tuesday, July 25th. Before we get started, I just had a quick note for viewers here. If you're watching us live, you can submit your questions for both Fury and Ashley. This is really exciting. In the comments section, whether you're watching us on our website or whether you're watching us on LinkedIn. And we'd like you to do that because we might use your question on a future episode. So right now, as we're talking, we'd love for you to start thinking about your retirement questions, and you type them in the comments section. And then next week, we're going to be talking about how to retire early, and we just might use your question.
Fidelity Investments is tapped in. We tapped in. Fidelity Investments, and me gon' win.